All right, we are live. All right, today is August 31st, 2022. All right, 2022 is the year. And this is after the game.
Okay.
And I'm Mr. 411. And in the house is Lashana,
Hey.
Liz, and Lacey.
Ciao.
All right, what's happening? Because everybody had a good day.
That was pretty decent.
Okay.
It was a day.
All right. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, tonight the main topic tonight is about the state of youth sports. It's very important. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago in our production meeting, and that's what we're going to get into tonight. And we also have some other news and notes. So buckle up and get ready for after the game. Here we go.
Hi, Reggie. Hi, Reggie.
All right, Lashana, kick it off for us today.
All right. Good evening, everyone. How's it
Hey,
going?
ladies.
All right. So we thank you all for tuning in with us. And so if you've been following us for a little while, like we've done, this is show number 3. So we're doing pretty good. Here we are on our third show. So we want to start out tonight with our Hit It and Quit It segment. Well, we'll go ahead and just wrap up and review some of the things that we've covered in our previous shows. So let's talk about DeShaun Watson for the last time, y'all.
Yes.
All right. So final thoughts on the whole DeShaun Watson. We know that he stepped away. He's on his suspension now. And so he won't return into the game against Houston. So
oh boy.
That should be really interesting.
That'll be must-see TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last thoughts on DeShaun. What do we have left? What's the end of it?
I remember when we talked about him last time. It was when we in depth. We talked about it before the appeal had happened. Okay, and so now he did get some more time, and he got a fine. And I did look into the whole fine situation, and that those funds are going to go for women's shelters, things, women's issues, things like that. So I was glad to see that. And it sounds like he's gonna have mandatory therapy, whether he wants it or not. And I'm not talking about massage therapy.
Okay.
All of his massage therapy from here on out will have to be team sponsored. And so hopefully that'll put an end to his shenanigans.
Okay. That makes sense. Like, should have been doing that to begin with. I don't understand why you had to get a whooping to get on track. But okay.
Maybe that's what he likes.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sister, what you got?
I think I'm glad and excited that we're quitting this topic, because you can talk about it till you're blue in the face, but it's going to be what it's going to be.
All right.
All right. Well, that's it. Mr. 411, what you got? Anything for us on that?
Well, for most of the guys, we know that now in our fantasy leagues that DeShaun won't be available till week 11. So a lot of fantasy football managers out there have drafted accordingly. Mm-hmm. And also I felt like he was going to get somewhere between 6 and 10 games from the beginning of all this. Not saying that I'm a lawyer or anything like that. I did sleep at a Holiday Inn before, but that was it. But no. I think that you didn't like that one. You didn't like that one, Lexi?
No.
I thought it was funny.
I didn't even get your joke.
No, you
So it was like, okay, I stayed at a Holiday Inn. Da-dum-bum.
didn't.
Okay.
I need some sound effects.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yeah, but no, but now it's time to move on from that and move forward with other pressing issues.
All right. Sounds
That's all I have.
Sounds good. All right. And so then our other topic that we've discussed previously was the whole Brittney Griner situation.
Mhm.
And I think we'll let y'all have the last thoughts on that. All right, Lacey.
She's still in jail. So I mean, Dennis Rodman is not going to be able to go over there. Somebody talk some sense into that fool. And then you just have two hostages. Then it's just stupid. But I'm glad that he's not going over there as some publicity stunt. It's just not worth it.
I would agree with that.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. 411, what you got? Anything on that?
Oh, I have nothing much on this one. You know, we wish Brittany, safe, being safe while she's over there, and eventually, get her back to the United States of America.
Mhm.
And that's really all I have for her right now.
Mhm.
Just
All right, and
Godspeed.
Liz, you are the last one. This is your hit it and quit it.
And another one I'm glad we're quitting. I think that we just have to maybe accept the fact that we'll see her in 9.5 years.
Oh wow!
Well, dang.
That's a long time.
Oh no!
I don't think she'll be there that long. We shall see, though. We shall see.
Okay.
All righty. Well, I think that's it.
Here's to that.
She said cheers. All right. We've hit and quit what we have so far coming up. So I guess we're ready to move on to tonight's topic. And so we are going to talk about the state of youth sports. And so the reason why we're bringing this up is back on August 19th in Lancaster, Texas, there was a scrimmage for a 9 years and under football team. And the 43-year-old coach got killed after disgruntled coaches actually had a whole thing happen. So the game was won by Mike Hickman's team. He was the coach, he was a grandfather and a father of one of the players, and they were the Dragon Elite Academy. They won the game, and there were some people that were unhappy with the officials' rulings of the game, which caused an altercation, which caused to the arguing, cussing, then fisticuffs, and then we have someone pull out a gun, shoot into the air, and shoot the coach multiple times, causing him to die. And so we're just really talking about how grown folks suck, man. Like, why are grown people out here acting fools behind kids' games? Like, why are we at this point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just pressing children and causing this thing to be awful.
Yeah.
All right. So that's just the first part. Like, let's talk about parents. Like, what is the deal with parents really pressing the kids? Like, what is the need? Why are parents losing their minds behind the youth sports, do you think?
I'd like to take the first shot at it. Well, one of the reasons that as a parent myself of children who played youth sports, there's something about you get caught up in it. I get that. You want your child to perform well. You want the team to win. You want a lot of things for your kids, and I get that. But I mean, you also don't want to embarrass them, and you don't want to, just act like one of those people. It's like you got to teach your child lead by example. You got to sometimes you're going to have to take the L, whether you like it or not. And, but this has been going on, for years. And so it's not really unique to the football or whatever. I really regret that this happened for two specific reasons. One, it was a scrimmage game.
Yeah, it didn't even
count.
It's practice.
Not that it would have made it any better had it not been, but at least there would have been something at stake. There was nothing at stake here. Absolutely nothing. Scrimmage. And the other issue, and you know, I hate to be this person, but it's like, Black man, you're gonna have to control yourself. You're gonna have to learn how to do that. The first thing you do shouldn't always be reaching for a damn gun. You know what I mean? We got to figure out how to teach grown ass men, which is what they're supposed to be, how to like how to be angry without being violent. You can be angry. You shouldn't really be that angry about a scrimmage game ever, but it's hard. It's hard to see. This is some of that black on black crime. That's not
overhead light off. Hit the switch.
This the fan.
Now I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Miss Lacey. It is like we have to learn how to control it. I want to say though, although we are talking about Black people here, these incidents of these parents acting foolish is all over the place. Like I was doing some research and looking at some things, and so like in the spring there was a whole plethora of people acting a fool. Like one of the baseball umpires got punched by a mama who was not one of us. Who had the world's best mom shirt on because she didn't like what he said. We're out here chasing down people, and so I'll just say that I want to say like about when we had the last president, people lost their minds, and I think people have gotten to a point where we are so self-centered and we are very much about ourselves, and so whatever our will is what we want, and we could care less about anybody else's thoughts. And so we're going to impose that. And so, like you say, like we want to win, so we're going to make sure my kid gets, you know, that everyone gets a trophy business is so real. Like everyone wants their kid to win, and they don't care about how that affects anyone else. So, like we're just cussing out refs. You know, like they said, there's an instance of refs quitting. That's another thing. You know what I mean? Like we don't have coaches. People are quitting because now I have to deal with your mama, your daddy in my face. Even like I want to say, side note story, back in April in Georgia, the basketball refs got beat up by the players because they didn't like the call.
I didn't hear about that. I was in Florida.
Yeah, so they said the team did not like it. Did you hear this, Tyrone? Because I know that's your like neck of the woods in Lithonia.
I mean, yeah, I've heard about it, and I saw the video.
He's a ref. Tyrone, I mean, Mr. 411 is a ref.
Right. So it's like we don't care anymore. We are very much about ourselves, and everyone else be damned. Like no one cares. There's no I don't know, like there's no guidance, there's no like how do we get to that? Because everyone's out of you know whack. We have coaches fighting refs or coaches fighting parents. So like who is the standard keeper?
Yeah, and we're gonna have to figure that out because as you say, you know, everybody's fighting everybody. It feels like it's almost like that Twitter and Facebook mentality where you're going out there just saying whatever and doing whatever. Everybody wants to have their say and get, you know what I mean? And it's like look, like there's got to be some perspective here. This is not that kind of important. And sports is supposed to be a tool that you use to teach your children how to handle situations as they develop, you know. I can't even imagine, as bad as I feel for the child of the coach that passed away. I believe that the person who killed him also had a child there or some family member there that was a part of one of the teams. So, you know what I mean? All of those children are going to be affected forever by this. They are never going to forget it. And regardless of how this turns out, the lesson that they learn is this is the way you solve a problem, you know, and it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I don't know how you fix the ego issue. I don't know how you fix that, but I feel like the best way to do it is to like nip it in the bud. Like don't tell me there's zero tolerance and then you tolerate it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So it's like, it has to be like a hard and fast, like, that's it. You're out. You know, it's like, it's not worth keeping them around to get more riled up and to, you know, decide that they're going to shoot up a place or I don't even understand why you have a gun there, but that's a whole different issue.
I was gonna say it's Texas, baby, so there's guns.
Oh, that's there's guns everywhere in Texas.
There's guns at church.
Everybody's got one.
There's guns at church, so there's guns everywhere. So
I think guns are just kind of a sign of the time, though.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like the world we live in. You kind of have to make sure that you're protecting yourself at all times. It's not. I don't think it's really necessarily guns. This is a whole nother conversation. Mm-hmm. But it's who has guns that's the problem.
That's also true. Very, very true. And
can we get a little backdrop on the the incident that really sparked this episode for us?
Oh, this particular incident, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, apparently these two, the Talib brothers, are well known in their community as being troublemakers, but they are quasi famous, and so people will put up a lot more of that entitlement from people who are athletes or who have some kind of like star power, if you will, and that's a problem. The rules have to be the same for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And this particular incident happened over a touchdown. I think it was the winning touchdown. The other team made a winning touchdown. And I don't know if it was like they felt like the refs had a bad call or they didn't call something, or I don't even know what made them so upset. But they get upset, and then it comes down to the coach from the winning team going to collect his football, and it turns into a fight and an argument, and then the one brother shoots him.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
And apparently one of the parents, a female on the side of the sore losers, apparently kicked the ball away from the coach.
Right.
Which kind of sparked it off where now he's running after whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's just, and when you look at the video, I saw there was at least one woman hustling over like she was going to kick somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell are you doing, lady? I'm just
like people, like I say, people don't like to lose or whatever, and so we really get too involved in this. And so how you say sports were supposed to teach you, good sportsmanship and how to get along and be a team. We are not teaching that anymore. Mm-hmm. We want our son or daughter to be number one, and so we're pushing that and pressing that. And like I said, to hell with everyone else for that purpose. And when we feel we're cheated or things don't go our way. And I'll say this, my niece used to play basketball, and I remember kind of yelling at people. You know what I'm saying?
We all do that.
But and so there's a level, but there's a limit. Because some people go overboard with that whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Already you hype or whatever. And so some people really just do not know how to deal with their anger. Maybe that's a sport that we need to come up with, putting the parents in a ring or match. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying? You
put them in the boxing ring. Okay, y'all can go 4 rounds before the game and you'll be too tired to damn be an asshole.
Exactly.
You never know.
They need to give during practice, while your kids at practice, they need to give etiquette class to the parents of game etiquette, proper game etiquette. So when you come to the game, this is how you're supposed to sit, and this is how you're supposed to act, and this is what you're supposed to say.
Right. No, absolutely. And so I'll say in this case, last weekend, Lancaster, they had a community call. So they are trying to change the narrative in their city. And so they had a community call to have parents, coaches come out so they can come up now with a code of conduct that would be for everyone that's there to check the qualifications. Let's go ahead and, it's kids sports and it's not sanctioned or whatever. So anybody halfway can get a team together. And that might be where we need to start doing a little more research with people who are here. So these men are bullies. They've grown up as bullies. They've been fighters. They've been hotheads for a long time. Well, baby, you might not need to be in charge of somebody's kids. You know what I'm saying? This might not be the job for you. You know what I'm saying? If you throwing the ball, maybe we can let you throw the ball over here and coach over there. But you cannot be the face of a team. You cannot be the person who's responsible for this. And then the other thing is they're talking about even maybe utilizing schools, because it was out in the park. So their thought is maybe that we can enforce rules a little better if we're using school grounds, and then also getting the police involved. Well, let's talk about the police, police should be there. I agree with that, Well, let's just say that we haven't just had the best luck with police in these positions. So I'll say, like, at the beginning of August, there was a shooting in, I don't know if y'all saw that in Pittsburgh at a football game.
I think I read about that. Yeah.
Okay, so the problem is, like, so the team set up, they had put in to request to have a sheriff to come out there and have a presence out there. No one showed up.
Oh, wow.
So there's no police presence. Now we have
Is there a
the
reason
guns
why?
going on. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, now we have to call the police to show up because now we've had a shooting occur.
Right.
And it's like, well, we're trying to do better. So like the city, of course, now is trying to save face. And, you know, when they had a game this weekend, they had like 3 cops show up.
Well, when you're saying that the no cops showed up, is that the Pittsburgh incident or the incident?
Okay, so that would be Pittsburgh.
Okay, because in Texas, it's my understanding that the police were supposed to be there, but the game they were hired to like work for like just a couple of hours. Right. And this particular scrimmage took so long. Why didn't they rush? I mean, it took so long that their time was up, and so they left. You know, that would already be a problem.
We expect the police to kind of protect us, but if we're not paying them, they're like everybody else. They clock out when they time.
And wait a minute, we're paying them. We pay taxes. We're paying them.
Well, yes, but see, that's an extra duty. Yeah. So you know, they're like, hold on, y'all signed me up for 2 hours or whatever, and so although I think football goes a long time anyways, y'all be.
I think that they should have. There should be some clause that, like, if the game is not over, you stay till the game is over. You don't say, like, okay, well, you booked me for 2 hours. I was here 2 hours and 5 minutes. I gotta go.
Oh yeah.
I don't think.
Or if you go over a certain point, it's over. Period. It's like, okay, you know, if y'all want to keep causing all these delays and acting stupid, then we're gonna end the game. It's still gonna be the first quarter because the first quarter took 2 hours. So
that and LaShawna, I wanted for the additional time.
What's that?
Or just pay the security for the extra time that they're there.
Okay. Come on now.
You know better
that
in there.
I would imagine it should be budgeted for.
They would have stayed.
Yeah.
I mean, to be safe, but really though, come on, it's kids, and let's because we see like a increase in these incidences. Like, how are you the one that walked off? Like, really, I would love for us to see like what happened to that. You know what I'm saying, officer? You went home. Like, how are you feeling now? If you had been there, like if you could have affected some change at that time, like if you could have stopped, you know what I'm saying, for this occurring or whatever.
No, I mean, they probably don't feel that bad because sometimes they have other commitments. It's like, okay, I got another game to go to. I don't want to be a no-show for there. So I don't know what the situation is, but I do know that they need to make some serious changes because this should never, ever happen again. But of course it will.
Yeah. And that's the sad part about it. Lizzie, what were you saying, honey? I heard you saying
I was just going to correct you.
Okay. You're on mute, Bill.
Did you mute your sister because she was correcting you? Oh,
I'm really talking.
I need a mute button for my sisters.
I was really talking to you too. I was telling you that you said Lancaster, but everybody knows it's Lancaster.
Lancaster. I'm sorry, I don't do them over there.
No, it's really Lancaster to the people, but everybody anybody knows it's Lancaster.
I'm not one of those people, But thank you.
Learn something new today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, and take 2 seconds to say hi to my daughter Kayla because she's watching our podcast.
Hi,
Kayla. Yeah.
Hey, Niecy.
All right. I'll give a shout out to Kayla Wright, and also Black Butterfly. I'm gonna say that as she spelled it. Black Butterfly. All right. We appreciate you. Appreciate you all posting comments.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a brief break here, and we're gonna get back into this because we need to touch a little bit more on the officiating side of it.
Oh, yes, we do.
And a little bit more on that security side of things too. But we'll do that shortly. Throw a couple of ads out there real quick. On this Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Check out Orion, Coy, and Zach, and Mr. 411 for your college football talk. Triple Option. So check out Triple Option. If you hit that like, subscribe, notify, it will automatically hit your screen. But it's going to be on YouTube, and all you have to do is type in 411 Sports World on YouTube. So check out triple option. They will be discussing week 1 and week 0 of college football and give their predictions. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
And I did say commercials, so we're gonna put an S on that. All right, have another one. Keith Morgan.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yes, thank you.
Keith Morgan. Excuse me, Lacey. Keith Morgan, PT with Grit. Check out PT Morgan at ptwithgrit.com.
I need to sign up. I'm in Georgia now.
Well,
how much work do you think he can do in a week?
You know what? On that note, hang tight. We have another commercial. All right, hold tight. One more.
Yes, they're back. Gene Porter Legacy Productions and Serenity presents The Dinner Theater, where tickets are only $25. You will receive a 3-course meal, 1 free complimentary glass of wine. Also included live entertainment, music, dancing, singing, and crowd participation. You receive all this and more for only $25. So register today by texting 478-302-9285. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 6:30. Seats are limited, so hurry. Register today, again, by texting 478-302-9285. Show October 2nd. JPL Serenity. Meet us there.
That looks
They're
really
back.
bad.
Yes. If you're in the dinner theaters, check it out, and it's great entertainment. But they do a great job as well. I've attended a couple of the events, so Mr. 401 puts his stamp on it.
Hey, did the Margarita Man attend those events as well?
No, Margarita Man was not there for that one, but they did have something there for you to partake in. But yes, we're back now. So we left off talking about security and also the officiating side of it. And I can just speak as a basketball official that's have done it over a decade plus in officiating. I've seen a lot happen. I've seen parents fight. I've seen coaches do some things they don't need to be doing out there. I've seen officials do things they don't need to do. And it's just one of those things where I believe that, this wasn't the sole issue, but it is a piece of it because there's a lot of misunderstanding, misconceptions about officials, about wins and losses and things like that. And what I really would want to see more of is a fuller, just a real true understanding of what officials have to go through. And even for officials, there's a level of officials that, need to do better as far as managing situations well. I can pretty much imagine in this game that there was a lot going on in it and officials didn't take control of the situation. I mean, as an official, you can end the game if you need to. You have the jurisdiction to end a game if you deem that this game is not safe, or there's a mockery of the game being made, you can do that. You could just shut the whole thing down. And when my understanding is that Talib, Aqib Talib, went across the field, and you all was talking about that argument, initial argument with the official, but he said something along the lines of, I should knock you out, or something along those lines, right? Should hit you, hit your bitch ass, or something along like that.
Who did he
And
say that
once to the official, because what happened prior to that was that there was a play where there was a penalty involved with his team that he operates. He wasn't the coach, but he operates the team, and it resulted in a penalty, which eventually led to the touchdown that you all were just talking about earlier. And it was like the players were, I guess, after the whistle, still trying to make the tackle, that kind of thing. And when it goes too far, the officials throw a flag on that play. And must have been late in the game in a cruise situation, So, you go across the field and do that, that should have really ended everything right then and there. Somebody to come all across the field and do that. So that's an issue I have with the official side of it. But it still doesn't, make it right for a parent, a participant, an adult, to do something like that and carry on that way. So there's a lot of blame to go everywhere, but there just has to be an improvement across the board on everything. So, and I think that if the coaches were actually referees, they will understand what it's really like. And I'm saying that across the board. I know some coaches that actually do get their hands into officiating some, and then they come back and they're like, hey, I understand what you guys and girls go through. And vice versa. I think officials need to coach some so they can see what coaches go through, and parents need to do the same. And then that way, everybody will know how it feels. And
that should be maybe a condition for coaching, as far as like having to learn do some officiating so that you really understand the rules of the game and not just think that you do.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things in the game that is misunderstood. But again, that is at the same time, everybody has to understand their level. If you're calling games, and I heard it mentioned it was 9-year-olds, and it was this is the learning stages. There's no 9-year-old going to the NFL. There's no 9-year-old getting a college scholarship. It might be one in the world that might already have a scholarship at 9. So let's take this for what it really is. Most of those kids want to go eat. They want to go, to the fun park after the game, or they want to go to, get a Happy Meal or something afterwards and go on with their day. And the parents, the adults, across the board are the issue here. And it's an unfortunate situation for somebody to get killed. It could have been even worse if a child got shot too. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy.
And that's
bullets don't care who you are.
Yeah. So that's my side of things as far as the officiating go. We mentioned the security. You just have to have it nowadays. There's no other way around it. You just have to. And I would like to get you all say
scrimmage game.
And my reason for that is that
that's just crazy.
Yes, all game. Well, at this point you do, because as you can see what's happening. But I think
all right.
Thank you.
Now, that's what I'm talking about.
Liz. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
But
Williams
but yes, but Lacey,
yes,
you do, because you have to, because in my opinion, now with the gun laws and things like that, you don't know what's happening, so you need to have it. And so my thing to pass it back to you ladies are, what's your take on adults having guns at youth sporting events?
It shouldn't happen.
Listen, I don't think guns are necessary everywhere they are, but people have them, and so it sucks. It sucks that that's the case, but in that, I want to halfway say, security is necessary, and security should be packing. You know what I'm saying?
Security needs to be like cops, or like you said, somebody who's licensed to carry, because these people are just out of control.
Right, absolutely. It doesn't make any sense for why are children, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't we protect our kids? I'll just go there. And I just feel that because I'm sure at your big, NBA games, there's security and guns, and you know what I'm saying? And it felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are securing those positions. And like I say, people have lost their minds. So, to keep up with the times, I think we need to make sure that we're securing them. Now, the only thing is, I'll go back to saying that if we can't get coaches and we can't get refs, and we might have a difficulty securing security. Especially like with these little things like, that's a fee that we have to pay. And so like maybe there needs to be something worked into just the hierarchy of the town, like, cities or schools or whatnot, you know what I mean? To ensure that we're securing these locations, securing these kids, these places, and where they're playing and where they're at. You know what I mean?
I understand it. I don't know that they're going to be willing to pay for it, but I do agree with that. However, it's just hard for me to, just to kind of wrap my mind around it, because my kids are older, so they were already grown before all of this like violence started happening. That's recent. We're like, it wasn't like this like 15, 20 years ago. It just wasn't, where you have to like worry about getting shot at a damn scrimmage. That's just insane. And I feel like maybe I don't know if it would go, it doesn't go far enough. Maybe if the parents or whoever is going to be spectating or whatever had to like sign a contract to get into like the league, or even into the venue, like there's a contract, you had to sign it, it's going to hold you accountable for stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, even though there's going to be zero tolerance, you're not going to get away with, well, nobody knew who that guy was. You know what I mean? There's so many people who show up, you don't know who's who. And just like there needs to be some kind of accountability for the parents or even just the spectators, because you can't trust people to like follow any social norms anymore. At least you will know who they are, and they will know if you sign something, this is going to be legally binding for you. You know what I mean? At least that's something you can do to maybe make them think twice. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Liz?
What about me? I think the ideal that they had, that they need to have these type games at like stadiums where they have metal detectors and stuff like that. That's a good idea. I think we could go into the world that we're living in thinking that we can have these events and nobody's going to bring their gun. There's people in this world that literally take their gun everywhere to the back. So you can't realistically think that. But I mean, like if we could get them to leave it in the car, that'll be better. So
it'll be better, yes. Because clearly he had it with him.
Places with metal detectors. And then penalties and punishments for these people. These people had a team. They were notorious in whatever the little division that they played in for trouble and starting stuff. So like when you see that there's a problem and you see it's constantly a problem, you fix it right then. You don't wait. Why wait till it when they could have kicked
because other people
very good point.
Will take that, that'll fuel somebody else to act the damn fool. It kind of becomes a herd mentality kind of thing. When you saw those parents rushing the field, they weren't the ones that ran across the field to start the stuff, but once it started, they all jumped in. You got to hold people accountable. I agree 100%, Liz, and they're not doing enough to do that. It's like you knew these guys were troublemakers from the beginning, and so they should have been banned. But it is my understanding that they financially are involved in running that league as well. So you take money from them, so now you got to put up with their bull, and that should not be the case.
Money always trumps everything, though. Let's be honest. Like there's not a situation where money doesn't trump it. Like if you got enough money, we gonna do whatever you say.
Yeah,
we're talking about this whole thing. So like, what do you think about like spectatorless sports? Like, would that solve the problem? Like, if we go to, we're gonna put the babies on the field, they're just gonna play, and like we ain't gonna have nobody out there.
No, because
you can't leave your kids out there without. There's too many damn crazy pedophile people out there. My kids ain't going nowhere if I can't see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it to the coaches and the refs. And that's it.
They don't care about my kids like I do.
But you have to think of like as a child, when you participate in sports, when you do something good, you want to look up and see your mom or your dad there saying, good job or whatever. So I think that children appreciate having spectators, having the opportunity have their parents and the support from their parents and their families in the stands. So no, I wouldn't. That's like saying contactless graduation, like whatever
What?
graduation.
No.
Yeah, kid walking off the stage and nobody's cheering for them and nobody's there.
We spent all this damn money. Yeah, we're gonna make some noise. They tell you, please just be respectful. No, where's that horn thing? No, we're gonna make some noise. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
children. It's an investment in their future, and punishing the people who are doing it right. And let's be fair here. These two guys, what they did, that's an aberration. That's not what normally happens. People don't usually get shot at these games, and people don't usually have the kind of like leeway that they had within that league just because of who they were. So like most of the parents, I want to say at least 85% are getting it right. 10% are probably not getting it quite right. I probably would fall into that category, especially if Mr. 411 is officiating. I'm gonna heckle him. It's not mean spirited, but I'm gonna be offering him my glasses. Obviously you can't see Mr. 411, but seriously, like I'm not gonna like make a spectacle of myself. I'm not gonna make it about me. And in my experience as a parent attending games, I only had to do that one time, and I didn't pull a gun on anybody. I just had to tell the coaches, awfully dark in the dugout, man, what's up with this? How come all the black kids are on the bench? Sorry. It was fair.
But the thing is, I understand what you are saying too about the support and the parents being there and things like that. But all that stuff is the good stuff that we just mentioned. And look at this isolated, or I ain't gonna say it's the only time I can let this happen, but this one time is enough for me. You know what I mean? Somebody's dead.
But let me ask you this: weren't the people who did this coaches?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that wouldn't have changed it. That wouldn't have helped. The coaches were the problem.
Well, no, because the parent was involved with kicking the ball away.
Well, okay,
so
but
it all wasn't just the coach. When the parent kicked the ball away, then there was more words said between the coach and parent. You see what I'm saying? So now you involving.
Well, they kicked the ball away, so he goes chasing off after the ball, and they go chasing him, which is like crazy.
Yeah, and there was words back and forth between the parent, the coaches. You know what I'm saying? It started getting out of hand, and then again you couple that with no security there. Now it's just a melee. So. I mean, I get it. I mean, we in a perfect world, we do want fans there. We do want, great officiating. We want, we want the coaches to coach the players and just teach them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about win at all costs. But unfortunately,
well, I mean, cost is always a factor. But in this particular instance, I feel that, and when I was reading about the actual altercation itself, it's like the head referee on the field that day, his son was the one who made whatever call that was enraged these people. And so he said his first priority was, coming to making sure his son is out of harm's way. And that's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, I mean, somebody could have called the game. If you feel like your kid might actually be in some kind of danger, even if your kid is like 25 years old and a referee, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Call the game. Nobody took control of the situation. Nobody. And my heart goes out to that family of that coach. He did not deserve this, and he didn't do anything to escalate it. But the people who could have taken control did not.
Yeah. But ultimately, we do have to have security at these.
Although somebody might have been shot anyway. Those guys were.
Yeah, but ultimately, you got to have security, because when you're playing in these competitive events, you're gonna have emotions are gonna go flying everywhere. You're gonna have that. That's just if you're a human being and you're in a competitive state like that, and you have you want your team to win, and things may not went the way you thought. And think about how quick all this escalated. Nobody really gave themselves time to count to 10 backwards and and calm down. It's like throwing it's like throwing what is it called? Like how you get the fire to raise up? Yeah, throwing gas on a fire, you know what I'm saying? It's just gone. And now is bad. And so this happens across the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's, I mean, not to this extent.
It's everywhere.
But yeah. People are just angry. I know Americans are. We got a lot to be mad about, but we can't take it out on each other like this.
Well, yeah.
All right, get out and vote. All right. Just saying.
For real though.
Go Stacey. Wear it on my sleeve.
All right. Okay. Well, what do y'all think is going to happen next, though, as it pertains to the situation in Texas?
All right, you have to ask defer to the Texans. What do you really think is going to happen? Not what you want to happen, what you hope happens, or what you wish would happen, but what do you think is going to happen? Being a Texan, and you know how they are in Texas. They're not giving up football.
It's either going to go one of two ways.
Okay.
And it really depends on how long their money is. Because that's what
I don't think it's that long. Go ahead.
But if their money's not long enough, they're gonna go sit down for a long time.
Who the Talibs?
Yes.
Oh, I think they're gonna make an example out of them.
Especially the brother that got the gun, he's gonna be made an example. But Texas is a money state, so if you have enough money,
Well, his brother's the one that did it is the one with the money. So
I'm sure he'll pay for his brother's lawyer too. But I mean, just with the right amount of money, you could get probation for cold-blooded murder and football.
They have it on tape. He's not famous enough, and he's still black.
They'll say that brother, because his brother was in the NFL and made all that money, he had what was that disease they said that little Ethan boy had, affluenza or whatever.
Yes, we believe in that over here.
The one that they found in Mexico.
Hold on, honey. Though I don't know if he has a complexion for affluenza. I don't.
No, I don't think he does either. I think that's going to be a factor in Texas.
That too, but like it don't affect people that have my complexion. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. And I don't think their money is long enough for that.
I would agree. I don't think so.
Definitely gonna hide them for a little while. I don't know about the brother that's in the NFL. Now I'm not gonna say.
Well, he didn't pull the trigger, so
and he hasn't been charged with anything.
I don't know about him. I don't know what his is, but the brother who did pull the trigger, he's definitely gonna be an example. He did it at a sporting event around children. Yeah,
that's right. And he's not the famous one.
Right. Famous or not, he did it at a sporting event with in front of a bunch of children, and it's got publicity. So
it's got national exposure.
Yeah, that's right. They have to go ahead and hang him for that one.
Oh yeah, because in Texas, even though everybody can have a gun and whatnot, he's still a black man. It's like you're going to be an example. So that's and I'm okay with that. I don't care what color you are. You had no right to do what you did.
Yeah, very good point on that. Okay. Well, let me throw a couple more sponsors in. We are on Blackjack TV. We appreciate Blackjack TV.
Omaha.
They air all our shows.
I need some wine.
All right. BlackjackTV.net. We appreciate them.
Thanks, Blackjack.
Oh, sorry about that. Yep, sorry about that pause there. But I'm back now. Also, check out www.thepantyplatter.com. The Panty Platter Boutique. Lingerie for all your intimate occasions. Williams Sisters. Check out www.thepantyplatter.com. You also can follow on Instagram @_pantyplatter.
Lashana.
Yes, ma'am. We'll have to check it out. Yes.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. All right. And we have a couple more ads to go here. I want to check out this commercial first, and then we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm LaTanya. I'm the owner of Heavily Spa Mobile. I've been in this business 19 years plus. If you're in dire need of a massage for achy muscles, back, neck, shoulder, hip, legs, feet, come on down and schedule an appointment with me. You can't go wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking care of you because no one's going to be able to take care of you. I'm located at 2484 Ingleside Avenue, and that's in Building 8, and that's in Macon, Georgia. Again, you can go online to Heavenly Spa Mobile to schedule your appointment, or you can reach out to me at 478-747-9231. I look forward to seeing you soon.
After the game. All right,
Yeah.
one more.
And I do want to
more.
say real quick,
One more
Mr.
ad.
Coleman, just real
Yes,
quick.
ma'am.
It's just I just want to say thank you to LaTanya just
Thank you,
for the interview that you did for Brittney Griner and I'm sorry for DeShaun Watson as a massage therapist herself. She was able to give us some really great insight into what should have been happening as opposed to what happened. So she is an expert,
Absolutely.
and we really appreciated her donating her time to us. Thank you.
Thank you, LaTanya.
Thank
Yeah. Major shout out there. All right. One more before we get into our final segment of tonight.
Oh, what's this?
All right, upcoming this Friday in Macon, Georgia. It's Funny on Friday. It is first Friday in Macon, September the 2nd. And check out T Love. Follow him on Instagram at I am T Love. That is I am T Love. We'll have it going across the bottom of the screen. It is a funny night. T Love is he is a man of many phases. He also DJs. He personal trains. He's also in the comedy field, and so he's actually had a couple of gigs himself, and he's hosting an event which he's going to have live entertainment, live music as well. You have to be there to find out and find out about the music and everything, but it's going to be a great show. And there's 2 comedians on board as well, so check them out. Funny on Friday. Follow T Love on Instagram. It's called IG for the cool people at I am T Love LUV. All right, what I love is that we get to play a game.
Really?
Does everybody have? Does
We
everybody
get
have
to
their
or we're being forced to? Different.
pen and paper? Does everybody have their pen and paper?
Yeah.
Fine.
Let me know when you're ready. We got about
Ready.
5 minutes left in the show. All right.
I'm ready.
All right. So I'm going to ask the question,
No.
and you will have
I already
a
answered.
couple moments to write down the answer.
Mhm.
All right. No Google, no additional information. Just use the matter between your ears, aka your brain.
Okay. Fine.
All right. Let's get it together here.
Okay. Sorry.
This is gonna get dramatic.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We are.
A logo. 401 Sports World. There you go.
Yes. That's awesome. Awesome.
I think
All right,
the
so-
Williamses need one also.
They
Yes,
do.
hit us up with the free merch.
Yes.
All right. All right, here we go. We currently live in the United States. All right.
Okay.
That's just to get you going here.
Oh.
And earlier today, I was listening to some Michael Jackson, and of course, you know his initials are MJ. So it got me to thinking, how can we end this show tonight with something a little competitive and just have a little fun? So, ladies, after I ask the question, go ahead and write it down, as many as you can. Write down as many states as you can that start with the letter M or the letter J. You may now begin.
What?
I already went
Write
to the
down.
break today.
Write down the number of states, as many states
I mean,
as
this
you
is a
can.
freaking geography test. What the
That's-
fuck? I'm sorry. What the
that
heck?
starts with the letter M or the letter J.
J? I don't think any of them start with J. If they do,
Run out
I've
of
never
time.
heard of it.
All right, 20 seconds.
What? Hey, you gotta give me some more time than that. Let's see, Mississippi. Oh, Maryland. Miami? No. North, south, nope. West, east, west, nope.
5 seconds.
Seriously?
I mean, it's not. No.
It's not that. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of one
All
that starts
right.
with. And New Jersey
right.
doesn't count.
All right. So, without revealing your states, how many did you list?
5.
5.
Oh, sorry.
6.
Oh,
How many
did you list Miami?
and
I did.
Lacey, how many did you list?
I only had 5.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So we'll start with Liz. What are those states that you listed?
Well, she had 6.
I have Michigan, Mississippi,
Yes.
Montana,
Yeah.
Massachusetts, Maryland, Minnesota.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about Minnesota or.
I'm missing. Hold on, I
There's
didn't hear
another
one of them.
Minnesota and
Say it
Maryland,
again.
I missed, man.
I had Maryland, Mississippi, Maine, Montana, and Michigan, but I didn't have Minnesota or there's another one I didn't have.
Michigan.
I have Michigan, Montana, Mississippi, Maryland, and Maine, but I missed Minnesota.
So I have Michigan, Mississippi, Montana, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I say that. Maryland, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. I miss Massachusetts and Minnesota, so I don't know how many there are actually. How many start with J, Mr. 411?
Couldn't find any that start with the letter J.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's you being like yourself, and you didn't even have to include that. You know, it's like you're trying to make us look stupid. I feel like. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it was just.
How
fun.
many did
So,
you list, Mr. 411?
I listed Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, and Montana.
Oh, Missouri. Yeah, the fact that you listed them in alphabetical order tells me that you just looked them up.
Google it.
Okay, you know, Google. Good job. Mr. 411.
Yeah, but I wasn't playing in the game. All right,
Uh-huh.
that was fun.
So
Is that
So,
our only?
congratulations
Is that it?
to
To Liz.
Liz.
I'm surprised, Tyrone.
Good job. Good job, Liz. Congratulations. Now, what does she win? So I know if I have to study for next week.
Uh-oh.
What's the prize? How about one of these sporty T-shirts?
She would
Well,
get something in the mail.
it's a hoodie.
She would get something in the mail.
He's lying. Don't believe it.
I'm like, you have my address? Like,
Well, it won't matter because he's not really sending it. So
a pigeon is gonna bring it, Mr. 411. The pigeon gonna drop it off.
maybe he can
Something
get a
like
drone.
Aha!
I'll wait
That's
for
a
the
good
pigeon.
one. That's a good
Some
one.
merch.
All right.
Some merch.
Well, congratulations, Liz. You're leading 1-0. All right, 1-0.
Yay.
Good
Let's
job,
keep it
Liz.
All right. Well, great job,
Like
ladies.
to have
Enjoyed
my
it.
prize next time.
We'll
Cheers,
be back in
y'all.
2 weeks.
Good
We'll be
job.
back in 2 weeks. All right. But for Lacey and for the Williams sisters, I am
Wow.
Mr. 411. We thank you all for watching and listening. Have a great
Bye,
night.
girls. All right.
Nice.
We'll see you after the game. We out.
That was fun.
Hi, Reggie.